point, so yeah, it certainly wouldn't be shocking.
Warriors get the first possession. Draymond Green, a career.
With Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter out, he has got to score.
Jackson Davis.
Wiggins guards Fox. Hurley guards Hurley.
Dub Nation, it's always a thrill to connect with you, especially as we're about to reveal the latest news that could shape the fate of our beloved Golden State Warriors. But before we dive into this whirlwind of information, let me make a friendly request. Show us some love by clicking the like button to strengthen our bond, and hey, if you are not subscribed yet, join our channel for a thrilling and emotional journey. Don't forget to turn on notifications to stay ahead of the game. Ranking the Golden State Warriors' top 3 positives of the season. A 10th place finish in the Western Conference was ultimately a disappointing result for the Golden State Warriors this season, but it wasn't all bad for the franchise, which uncovered some crucial positives to carry forward. The Warriors fell victim to an incredibly competitive conference, finishing 4 spots lower in the standings despite winning 2 more games than the previous season. Several players exceeded expectations by taking on larger, and often surprising, roles for the Golden State Warriors this season. Golden State's 46-36 record ties for the 6th best record of any non-playoff team in NBA history. Their 27 wins from January 28 onwards ranked 2nd in the league, trailing only the Boston Celtics. This version of the Warriors was a solid team that shot itself in the foot with a series of missed shots, some undisciplined acts, and some discouraging form from their veteran players. Tuesday's brutal loss to the Sacramento Kings lends itself to a pessimistic outlook, but it's not all doom and gloom despite the 24-point defeat that failed to reflect each team's corresponding form. Golden State still has a perennial superstar in Stephen Curry, a slew of exciting young players ready to take the next step, and an ownership and front office committed to winning. After covering the Warriors' most disappointing players yesterday, let's rank the 3 biggest positives that should give fans reasons for optimism heading into the offseason. Brandon Podziemski. Few could have expected Brandon Podziemski to have the impact he did on the Warriors this season, especially after a lackluster showing in the Summer League, where he shot just 26.3% from the floor and 21.7% from three-point range. After 3 DNPs early in the season, Podziemski showcased his impact in his career debut with 5 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and a +15 against the New Orleans Pelicans. His breakout game came shortly after at home against Minnesota, with a shorthanded Golden State opening the door for Podziemski to play 39 minutes, tallying 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. From there, the 19th overall pick became a consistent part of the rotation, earning Steve Kerr's trust in a way few young players have in recent seasons. Podziemski averaged nearly 27 minutes per game, including taking over the starting point guard role from Klay Thompson for a brief period in the second half of the season. His ability to impact the game in multiple ways quickly became apparent, with his influence on wins highlighted by leading the Warriors in plus-minus for the season. His +264 was +75 ahead of second-placed Stephen Curry. The 21-year-old's commitment was demonstrated by leading the league in charges drawn, while among rookies, he finished 8th in total points, 8th in steals, 3rd in rebounds, 4th in assists, and 2nd in plus-minus. Franchises hope to land a genuine rotation player with a later first-round pick, but it often takes years to materialize. The Warriors know they have a 25-minute-per-game player after just 1 season, which is a huge credit to Podziemski and a great revelation of the season. It also can't be overlooked that he's under team control on a rookie contract for 3 more seasons, a significant factor for a franchise with the league's highest payroll. Tracy Jackson-Davis. It's true that Podziemski may have been more impressive, averaging exactly 10 more minutes than Tracy Jackson-Davis during the regular season. However, the Warriors are well stocked at guards, though that may change in the offseason, though for a long time, they lacked genuine big men. Golden State's reliance on Kevin Looney in recent years seemingly took its toll this season, with the 9-year veteran unable to perform up to expected standards. Fortunately, the Warriors found a long-term starting replacement in Jackson-Davis. Many 57th overall picks rarely see an NBA court, let alone become starters late in their rookie season. However, after 4 years of college and now at 24 years old, Jackson-Davis was evidently more prepared than most. It's not an exaggeration to say that the 6 feet 9 inches big man completely revamped the Warriors' style of play. For the first time in years, they found a legitimate lob/roll threat on offense, coupled with internal shot blocking defensively. While impressive in brief stretches early in the season, Kerr took a bit longer to commit to Jackson-Davis in the way many fans had long wished for. Once he did, Golden State found a new force, with the rookie center playing a key role in the franchise's strong finish to the season. He may not have star potential due to his advanced age and lack of impact away from the basket, but Jackson Davis projects as a nightly double-double threat that gives the Warriors an immense defensive element alongside veteran forward Draymond Green. Despite playing less than 11 minutes against the Kings on Tuesday, it's hard to see Jackson Davis not starting as the center on opening night next season. Regardless of where he was drafted, this is a monumental positive point that cannot be overlooked despite the team's disappointing season. Oh, and the franchise has him under team control for 3 more years at a total of just $6.5 million. Jonathan Kuminga. It took longer than most fans desired and may have only come about through an explosive report in early January, but Jonathan Kuminga took a leap in his third season that finally matched his ever-present potential. After the 2023 playoffs, where he was sidelined from the rotation, Kuminga's role continued to fluctuate early in the season. On January 4, it reached a boiling point, with a report stating that the young forward had lost faith in his head coach after sitting on the bench for the final 18 minutes of a home game against the Nuggets. Kuminga played 36 minutes, a team record, the next night and only grew from there, averaging 18.7 points on 54.2% shooting from the floor and 36.1% from three-point range, along with adding 5.4 rebounds and 2.8 assists per game. The former 7th overall pick emerged as a candidate for the league's Most Improved Player award and at times looked like the Warriors' second-best player. At the very least, he was the team's second leading scorer, with his unstoppable nature on the edge a great complement to Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson's shooting. Some minor injuries hampered Kuminga's end to the season, but he still showed some positive signs with 10 points in the second quarter on Tuesday, briefly bringing Golden State back into contention. Unlike the franchise's other young players, Kuminga still possesses legitimate all-star level potential, which should subsequently place his growth as the biggest positive point of the Warriors season. Eligible for an extension before his 4th year, we're about to find out how much the franchise is willing to commit to their ultra-athletic forward. Report: Warriors interested in parting ways with Draymond Green. With the 2023-24 NBA season officially over for the Golden State Warriors, their focus will now shift to the 2024 offseason. There could be some significant moves on the horizon for the franchise, as it's clear that the way they are currently constructed is not championship caliber. In recent days, much attention has been given to Klay Thompson's future. Thompson will be a free agent this summer, and his future with the franchise is up in the air. It's not something he's ready to discuss yet, as he disagreed with a reporter who asked him about it, choosing instead to focus on the season that had just ended. While Thompson may not be as impactful as he was before the 2 seasons he missed due to injury, he can still help a team win some games. It will be interesting to see if the Warriors can find a way to keep him or if Tuesday night marked the end of the Big Three era for the Golden State. Based on recent reports, it appears that Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Thompson suited up together for the last time. If Golden State gets what they want, this trio will be dismantled, but it's not Thompson they're interested in moving on from. Instead, it's Green. According to a source who spoke with the NBA Analysis Network, the Golden State would like to part ways with Green. If the right opportunity presents itself, they would pull the trigger to make a move. They are ready to move on from Draymond. If they can do something that makes sense, they won't hesitate to move forward, said the source. Green signed a 4-year, $100 million contract with the Warriors as a free agent in the 2023 NBA offseason. Unloading the remaining 3 years and about $77.6 million left on the contract certainly won't be easy. This season, Green was suspended twice by the NBA for actions and altercations he was involved in on the court. These types of transgressions were tolerated by the Warriors because they knew how important he was to their on-court success. With his production declining, will other teams be willing to take a chance on Green? Or even be willing to risk him getting into another altercation and subsequent suspension? It would have to be the perfect situation, but as we've seen in the past, if a team is motivated enough to make a deal, there's usually one to be made.